Good evening. Right, hopefully you can hear me alright. I had an update for Streamlabs today, so just making sure that was working, which it looks like it's picking everything up, so win-win. So it's a Blackpool Branches stream tonight, so we're going to do a couple of runs on the timetable. I actually haven't got anything as such planned, but I think we're going to do something down Bernays. We might do a run to Bernays and probably do something with the pacer as well. I think, if that sounds alright with you guys. So yeah, it's just general gameplay, like our other streams have been recently. We're on Train Sim World 6, which is out now. Grab your Freak Starter edition if you've not, or go and grab your standards or your premiums and all that jazz. Your content obviously carries over, so any JT content carries over. It is quite important though as well, just to put out there. If you obviously want to keep obtaining updates on our content, you would have to be on TSW6, as the way it works basically. When we update stuff, it goes onto the TSW6 version, so always grab TSW6, even if it's just a 3-star edition. That's on for I think about 6 weeks or something like that. So it's always worth grabbing that at least. If you do want to keep getting our updates in the future, and obviously our new content, because our new content will be for TSW6, or stuff like the pacer, the TSW pack, and the next route as well, which is Crewe to Preston. Right, admin out of the way. Good evening, Keith. Nuclear Cheesecake, and anyone else who's here. I can see a few people in, so good evening. Don't be shy. Any questions or anything like that, do pop in the chat. Right, so Blackpool Branches, there we go. The beauty of it is as well, obviously, if you've played TSW5 and you go to 6 and you import your profile over, all your progress stays, so you can see I'm on my personal profile. It's saved all my progress, so it's put all my mileage, my collectibles, route level and all that. And it knows how many services I've actually completed so far. And only I need 2 sandcastles. I have no idea where they're hiding, but they're very well hidden. So, for those that haven't seen Blackpool Branches before, let me just mute my phone before it starts pinging. There we go, get rid of that. So you get 5 scenarios, you get training module, tutorials as well, and you get a nice round 239 services. It's a seasonal timetable with Blackpool Branches, based around the Illuminations as well. So you get Illumination specials. I think it's Summer Saturday, so you get all the various bits and pieces as well throughout the season as well. So you get all quite interesting stuff. Now I am going to be doing Bernays first of all. So it's going to be. I don't know if it's I'm going to do the 47 really, because I need to do the stuff that comes with the pack. Could do anything, but yeah, we should do stuff that actually comes with the route. So, I don't know why there's so many. I think at the minute, I've noticed this with a couple of routes, and I've noticed with other stock that's not to do with JT, but there's like duplicates. So you see quite a lot of the same loco. I think that's a core thing rather than an us thing, because it never used to be like that. It's only this has only just happened in TSW6, so I'm presuming it's something that's known about by DTG. But what we'll do is we'll take a Blackpool Branches, one of those. Now I have actually done Bernays before. I've done part of it. I haven't done that one. We'll do that one. Evening, Prof. 47484. It's not one of ours, so I can't. We'll do it in July, and we'll just do a little bit of clouds, keep it nice. And yeah, so that's our first one. So we'll do that, and then we'll do something with the pacer after. Are we going to get the 87 and 86 AI at Preston? It is something we want to do. It's not actually something we've started doing yet, though. We are so chock-a-block busy with what we've got coming at the minute. It is something we want to do, and as soon as we can get capacity to actually do this work, we will look at doing it. I know Benedict's quite keen to do it. It just has to be when we have the a spare bit of time to do so. I'm not quite sure what he plans on doing, but I know he wants to do it. So when hopefully maybe in the future we get some time aside, we will look at that. And it is something we all want, so, and it would be nice to see, definitely. Probably make more sense, to be fair, once the Crew Preston route comes out, because obviously we'll have quite a decent variety, obviously, with the /4 there as well. And obviously the 20s and anything else that's coming. Right, drive this freight service from Preston to Bernays ICI. Right, let's pop this on. Cancel the address. Double checking we are on. No, we're not. We need to be on goods timing. So what we're pulling is a rate of tankers, so TEAs for this run. So I've got a couple of minutes before we go. I think if I remember correctly, this one actually gets looped at Solwick. Good evening, Si. How are we doing? And also good evening, Maverick. Oh, thank you. Glad to hear that, Maverick, as well. Very, very kind of you. Now, we're looking very much forward to having that route out and start showing further stuff. Obviously, like not roadmap, in-dev stuff. Oh, there will be roadmap stuff, obviously, that's on the DGG side, but we do our in-dev stuff, so we're looking forward to getting some more stuff out on to get some more meat on the bones for that as well. Blackpool Branches currently is on sale, 40% off for Steam users. So if you haven't got Blackpool Branches and you like what you see tonight, why not give it a try? Right, let me just get these brakes coming off. Levi, good evening. How are we doing? Is it a named 47? It is not. We have got 437. So just looking at our itinerary for this service. So I'm going to go via SK12 into Solwick, down Goods Loop. Then I'm going to stop at Polton-le-Fylde, then Bernays reversal, and then into the actual sidings, uncouple the wagons, and then into the head shunts. So we've got a bit to do on this run. And the Bernays is actually something that you don't do much on the routes. It's only a there and back service. So I thought it'd be nice to show this. I've not actually done it for a while. I can't remember last time I drove it. On this part, anyway. You believe that Preston to Crewe will be the last Just Trains route that comes out of Preston? I mean, there's many other options we could do if we ever decided to do down the line. There's nothing to say never. But, yeah. But I definitely think something away from Preston in the future would be nice as well. I'm sure you guys probably would think the same. The change does the best sometimes. Alright. I did this run yesterday in the rain. Yesterday evening, it was so relaxing. I bet it was a bit of a struggle with the brakes in the rain as well. It's slippy. Snaking over towards Foul Junction. We've got Ladywell signs on the right there, which is actually not even there these days, is the old Ladywell. They got, these signs got took out not long after the route set, and then they got relocated to a new set of sidings nearer to the main line here, and then they built the A59, I think it is, bypass road, which sort of goes around and up there somewhere. It's changed a fair bit around there. Nighttime in a pacer, in the rain as well. I've really done that. I don't do very much in terms of streaming in nighttime because you can't really see much. I do it occasionally on my own side of things, but it's very rare. As I say, you can't see what's going on, and obviously in a stream like this to show things off, it's not very good to show something at night time. It is nice at night time, but for driving, it's hard to see everything. So I have to do a little showing of like night time. Just let me know what the obviously if you can't hear me. I think the audio levels actually are quite decent tonight, so we should be okay. If you struggle to hear me for any reason, just let me know. I can do some tweaking. We are load 11 for this. Audio's good? Excellent. Someone who owns Spirit of Steam, driving between Acton Bridge and Crewe will look really different in the new... Oh yeah, definitely. I've got Spirit of Steam myself, and I've driven that a fair few times, so it's going to be nice to see the differences, like obviously over the different eras as well. How different things look and what's changed in the areas. Sort of one of the things I like to find interesting. Sorry, that's the back, kids. It's quite heavy train this, and we're going downhill as well, so it's struggling to get the speed up. Just as a side note as well, the next stream is planned in for 2 weeks' time. That will be over on Trainson Classic, and we're going to do some Metropolitan line, which is going to be a change. So I've not done that for a fair while. So if London Underground is your sort of if your thing, and you like all things tube, come and join us. That'll be so 2 weeks today. So I think it's the 15th. If I double check that on mine. What was I saying then? Sorry, pestered again by children. Yeah, so it is on the 15th. 15th to quarter to 8. So we'll be doing probably an end-to-end run on that. So come and join us if you are into that. I will be planning some more bits and pieces into the mix. So we've only got one more live to do it this while. I'm going to go and find some more things we haven't done recently, and I'll fill up the mix. Not too far from Solwood, you can see they've got yellow, so I'm going to get ready to start slowing down here because it is actually quite a struggle to get this, and you've got to get the brakes just right for this. So if you do too much, you come to a halt and you end up having to get yourself started again halfway over a junction. It's red at the minute, but I think, if I remember correctly, this actually changes as you approach it. Obviously, providing nothing's in your way, like, but yeah, it should do. On the left is where Solwick is. It's the BNFL nuclear, British nuclear is what it is. Still there today. The sidings aren't there anymore. They got these. This little loop got took out when they electrified the railway down to Blackpool a few years ago now. When I say a few years ago, nearly 10 years ago. It's frightening how long ago it was. Lovely. I'm glad that did actually change then, because I thought it's not going to change. It's not going to change. Going far too quick. I think we get the loop through a pacer or some form of passenger service anyway. Now, if anybody plays the game on PS4, I'm not sure if Xbox as well, there was a bug causing the route to crash on those older generation consoles. Now, I actually had a response on one of my personal YouTube videos today saying that they actually managed to get the route working on the older console after so long of not being able to play it. Now, I don't know if anyone else is in the chat that has had this issue that couldn't actually get onto it. It might be worth having a go just to see if it actually works for you. It was something that we knew about, but it was something that it led on to DTG. It was on to them to sort out. So I'm not sure if they've done something in TSW 6's release that's maybe made it work. So it's definitely worth having a look if you had that issue. If you can confirm with us if it does work, that would be fantastic, because then we would know as well. Unfortunately, I haven't got access to an older generation console, so I can't test it myself. But if anyone does have one and is in the chat whilst we're doing the stream that could maybe have a look and sort of just let us know, that would be super. I know how frustrating it was for a lot of users that couldn't play the route. Maybe else. Go through the signal. Also make sure you actually stop at the right point. We've got some time here, so we're going to have a look. I'll take you for a walk at the signal box, which you can actually explore. There's a number of explorable boxes in this room. Does Preston and Carlisle have a reduced timetable for the Series S? Xbox One and PlayStation 4 have got a reduced timetable. Their timetables are basically a timetable just contain that loco. So a timetable for the 47, I think 47 and 87 timetable. Series S, leave it with me. I'm going to ask the question just to find out if Benedict. I don't think it does, but I'm going to double check this. I don't think it does, but I'm going to double check. Make sure there's no trains going to run me over. So, boxes. There's a number of signal boxes that you can actually go and have a wander in. Look. Working timetables as well. Coming here in a nice cold evening, you do get full 5 bar. Good old winter heat. Right, I've asked the question. I don't think it does have a reduced one, but I'm just going to double check and get that like confirmed answer. I can't remember. Nope, we're not giving it up, otherwise it'll drive off. So there must be, I'm not sure if there's another service coming or not. There might be. There's a number of boxes you can have a look in. Remember off the top of my head, you've got Blackpool North's main signal box you can go in. You can go into obviously Solwick. You've got... There's a disused box at St Anne's. I'm trying to think where else, if there's another one or not. Might have been just them ones. Go back and join our train. Yeah, Blackpool North definitely does. We've got scenario starts in there. This one. And then St Anne's is disused one, I think. Yeah, it's just a free. There is other boxes on the route, but they don't all have interiors. Now, also... just want to double check something. Oh, just as a side note, even though we're not going to be on it tonight, but you can also get a saving on the West Coast Main Line Preston to Carlisle route. That is on sale with a 28% reduction, so it's £23.75 that is at the minute. This sale runs all the way through to the 13th of October as well, so it's just before our next stream. The Blackpool Branches is 40% off, $17.99. I think as well, potentially, I think Blackpool Branches, it might be the... No, it might not have been the highest, actually. I think we've had 51% off before. A random digit. Was there another service come through? I didn't realise it was free. What's that that's just gone through? Well, that's Stranraer. So that's the one we're waiting for. So we've got a few minutes, and then it's just going to let us go then, by the looks of it. Oh, I might have had a reply from Benedict. So Benedict has responded back. So regarding the reduced Series S timetable, so he says slightly. but there's no less playable surface. It's just some minor AI stuff that's missing. So it's very minor, but it's not nowhere near as reduced as it would be for like the older, like the Gen 8s. So there's just a few AI bits that have been tweaked on it. Hope that helps. Who was that asked that? It was Nuclear Cheesecake. Show you tanker wagons while we're just waiting to get the road. So these come with the route as well. No, you're welcome. If there's anyone else got any questions like that, happy to find out any answers if I can't get them for you. So these tankers are what you'd seen with Northern Transpennines Heavy Freight Pack. However, these have a different livery on them compared to that pack. I think the ones are grey on the other pack, and these ones are obviously the black, to denote what they're carrying, which is obviously fuel, crude oil, sort of whatever it is, form of liquids, corrosive. That's corrosive, isn't it? Show you the map as well. So that is the complete. Do it that way, you can see it better there. So down here is the West Coast main line. You've got the Ormskirk branch, down to Ormskirk. Then we are here at Solwick. Get to Kirkham, and we're going to take this line up here, up to Polton, then we're going to go off down to Burnade, which is here. This is the Blackpool South line as well, and then also Blackpool North up here. I thought I'd do this drive actually tonight as well, because I've been doing a lot of cycling recently. I've just got a bike, so I've been doing cycling down the back of Burnades. Like, you can go down a path. We are going to stop over the path that I cycle over. And I go on the back of here down sort of the river estuary. But you can see remnants of bits of old railway and stuff, and you can actually go over the track. The track is still down there. It's very overgrown, but you do actually go over the little crossing that's on the actual on this route. You see the path and stuff. Thought I'll do that tonight. Now, we should be off in, it's about 2 minutes or so. We'll do a quick stop at Polton. Basically we grab, I think it's like we grab a token in reality. Give that a wait for the service to pass. So just as well, obviously this is what you'll be able to continue down here on the next route, so you'll be able to go south to Crewe. So it just adds to the JT puzzle here, all the different route hops you can do and the possibilities you can drive. You can make some quite nice sessions really. You can go up from Crewe to Preston, you can route hop and do different places, you can continue north to Carlisle or wherever you want to go. You could have a good evening on it. Right, get ourselves prepared. Just over 30 seconds till we can depart. Take the brake off now just to let the thing release. It'll take a bit. Maybe not as long as an intermodal, but it'll still take a bit. Solid station. I think there are like 3 services that actually stop here on this timetable. One in the morning, I think 2 in the evening, or it might be the other way around. Mainly serves the workers for the nuclear plant. Evening, Matty. Thank you very much for the kind words, and glad to hear you're enjoying it. We've got a full wide here. We can't get any wider. Take its time. Get to where it needs to be. To from the layer in there. Don't forget as well, if you haven't noticed, and if you need to, make sure you turn your layers on. If you want to see all the variety, make sure you select it in the menu, and then just the tab as well before you go into the play the route. You can turn them on. No, it's all mate. It's on sale at the minute. That's on sale as well with Blackpool Branches till the 13th. Down a decent reduction on there at the minute. We're going via Kirkham's platform as well. We're actually doing the like they've already. Trails. This used to be a 4-track section, and there also used to be a stick pot standing sort of around where this little hut is. That's long gone. seen some old pictures occasionally on Flickr. This like the section on that we used to build 4 tracks. It's quite a sight. Must have been great in the Steam days. But we had all the specials through to Central. I'm not overly sure, to be honest. They might be. I'm not too sure. I couldn't answer. I didn't realise it was going on the sale on Steam until I saw it pop up. It's different with the Xbox. They're not all done at the same time. Whereas I think we have more flexibility. I think with the Steam stuff, where that gets put in a lot more regular. I'm not sure how the Xbox one's. I'm not sure if that's more organised by DTG. Unfortunately, I couldn't say. All I could say is just keep an eye out. No doubt there'll be a sale at some point. Kirkham. Oh, does Xbox actually have less than PlayStation, is it? It does, Derek. It does indeed. Not so exciting these days down here. I went to see the last train out of Blackpool North before they closed the boxes. Pair 156s. First, good evening. How are we doing? This is where the line splits off to Blackpool South, so left side takes you along that section. We're going to carry on here. Used to be another junction here as well, which was the Blackpool Central line, and that used to come off around the back of here, before the fence in here. It used to go up on an embankment, which you can sort of see some of it still existing, and it would have gone over this abutment here, this flyover, and then come over again, and it would have then joined back down here, and it would have been the off to Central. Hello again, Metifus. I saw you having a bit of a typo there. It's alright, don't worry. After Preston and Crew, how about the line to Ellesmere Port with the oil refinery? To Stanlow. Take it into consideration. We always put everyone's thoughts and feelings of what they want into we like to see what people want. So never say never. Could be something that could be incorporated into a route one day. No, don't worry. I know what you mean. I know what you're saying. It's fine. Don't worry. Kevin, good evening. How are we doing, mate? See it. No, yeah, well, whatever people like to see and stuff, we always make note of it, because it always helps us sort of plan what we can always make as well. We can incorporate ideas and stuff like that, so never say never. Definitely. Evening, Tintin. One's on a pendo between Warrington and Wigan at the moment. Hellfire. We've been down at the Big Smoke today. Brakes the lot. Nothing's really struggling to get speed. Drivetrains out of Stanlow. Good to see that added. That's hellfire, but they saw some action down there. What sort of era was it when you was driving at that? Was it like the BR, like the 80s, 90s, 2000s? Sort of era was you down there? Well, down at Helsby a few months ago. I've been there a couple of times this year, mainly to photo the log train that goes through there in the evening. I sort of, when you go there, you sort of just visualise just how busy that place must have been back in the day with all the fuel traffic going in and out. In the 90s, some cracking like 37 stuff down at that point. Brilliant. It's not the lights, it's not. I thought my brake was on, it's actually getting some speed on that. I thought I'd left the brake on very slightly, but it definitely isn't. In Train Sim Classic, there's a freeware route that actually has sort of the Stanlow area on it, so you can actually replicate the oil train and stuff. It's actually set in the BR Blue area as well. If anyone's ever interested in sort of having a look at that, it's on the backdated Train Sim. Definitely worth having a play if you're a Train Sim Classic player. It's a massive network. You can relive the good old days. Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, the 37s had the names off the shell, didn't they? Yeah. Stanlow's also a great song by OMD. I didn't know that. Another box that's long gone, well all boxes are long gone down here now, but Singleton. I think this lasted up for about the early 2000s. I've been here a few times. I've parked up down this little lane here and come through the field to take photos of some rail tours that come through over here. It's not so easy to take pictures down here though these days because of all the OHLE. A lot of good places have sort of been ruined. Yeah, because the Carlisle route's got some Stanlow workings on it, hasn't it? Nice and slow as well. Or 45 mile an hour working. I've watched loads of videos on YouTube of the area as well, like just to see what it's like. Interesting. Well, that's all of it. That's my kind of era. This 80s and 90s as well. Cracking time for varieties of locos and all that. Stopping at Polton in the moment. Is that herbal tea? Peppermint. Oh, fantastic. It's always nice to hear from people that obviously like have worked in the industry around this era that we've based the roots and stuff on. Like, it's always nice to hear their stories. No, it's such a. It's nothing like it was it? It's changed massively. Oh yeah, I can imagine. I remember seeing stuff in the 90s. I mean, I was born in the 90s, but when I was sort of like in the later 90s, that I used to come out and go out with my uncle and stuff, and we used to come down here and other places, and I remember the variety still. Like going up to Brock and stuff, Billsborough, just north of Preston. I just remember seeing the variety up there still at that point on the west coast. It was great to watch. It's what got me into it. We've got a few minutes here, so we'll have a nosy around at Polton. There's a train due on the other side. It's on the old milk crates, which if you look at them, they've actually got I'm not sure if the name's right, but they've actually got a local farm on them. So it's the Moss Lane Farm at Singleton. Stand up, man. Bristol was a good place to spot. Got a few photos from back then. Tintin will tell you more. Oh, Tintin definitely has a few stories of Preston. I always watch Tintin videos on YouTube, especially when he does a bit of history about the area from back in his day. Always interesting to listen to. Yeah, I do wonder if there's actually some sandcastle hiding down this branch. I'll have to have a little nosy out. There must be something off the beaten track somewhere. Oh, the train's here now. One. Level 6 car. Oh, it's a special. Where's that off to? Lockerbie. Yeah, you can climb on these crates. If you go up to them, it'll actually tell you to climb them. Let's go make our way back around. I'm going to double check down here, make sure there's no sandcastle hiding. I've definitely got one under the bridge over there. There's only a few of them not like knocking around the route, so they're not in every location, so they are quite rare to find them. No, I don't think there is one down there. Not too far from the off. It's good fun, is all I'll say. From the drives I've done on it so far, it's good fun. That's not the next album. That, by the way, right? That is actually just one of Mark's photographs out of his library of archived pictures. It was one of his. I think he bought the slide. He either bought the slide, or I don't know if it was he bought it or it was one of his dad's. But it's out of his collection. I thought it'd be quite nice to have in there in Benedict's fake interior. As cool as a 50 would be. Would be nice. Yeah, it's just basically a 2D interior. It's just flips around. It's quite cool. It was one of the. I'm not sure it's the only time it's ever been done, that type of interior. It was a bit of an experiment from Benedict. This is one of his stations. The brakes off. Oh yeah, there's another train coming now. Pacer. Does adding OHLE to a route increase dev time? It doesn't increase dev time as such, but it takes a lot of dev time. So there's like one person's taking control of the OHLE. So Benedict does the overhead wiring because me and Mark have no idea about wires. I'd just chuck them in. That'd be it. It wouldn't look right. But Benedict's quite good with OHLE, so he's been doing that. But he's been working on it for so long. It's been a long job. It's taken them ages to get to get. It is all there for the most part. Boston Bridge like areas, where the custom bridges are going in. Then they'll get the OHLE gets built around it once it's in.
So he's just got little bits of that to tidy up, but yeah, it's took him a long time to get that wiring in. There's a lot. Crew itself, I think was his biggest job. Getting all that in. There's just so much track. Does look good though. Looking forward to showing it. Like the whole route. Yeah, he's done a good job bit-wise. Oh, it is. It is. Mark's currently working on the scenery around Crewe, so it's coming together quite nicely around there. Look out for sandcastles. I don't think there's one down here. This is where I found there is one. On the old Holt station. I don't think anything got put down here. Do you reckon there's one there? Which one? Thornton or this thing back here? The Holt or Thornton? I don't think there's one here. I'm not seeing one. A Thornton. Yeah, that line shut years ago, like donkeys ages ago. It used to be a little curve that took you to Blackpool from Fleetwood. The platform stayed there for a long time. I think the platforms are still there. Under loads of trees and bushes. I'm pretty certain I've picked up the sandcastles around here.
Yeah, Woodhead would be pretty mega to have, but yeah, it would be an absolute challenge. Passenger services, I think, was in the 60s, in 68 or whatever, but the freight ran till the late 90s. I think 1999 was the last freight. To my area of interest at the moment is where I cycle around the area. I mean, most of this is all gone these days. None of this is here, but it's like just wasteland. That's a reservoir still there, though. Track's still here, for the most part. This yard's not here anymore. But as we're just going down, this is where my cycle path is. So I come down this path here and come over the crossing. And you can, if you stand there, it's all overgrown, but you can just about see a bit of the point work. So the point work comes so far before it's severed off. Track continues up there still, to where it's filled in. And then my so I go down here. Can't go all the way down because it's boundary, but I go up there and basically follow that tree line down the back of everywhere. Where I go exploring. So we'll be reversing these in, I think, on couple limits head, and then go to the head shunt. So all we need to do is essentially just clear the point work. I think back of the train goes somewhere around here, and we'll throw the lever and we'll reverse ourselves in. Just double check the other points are changed, which they are not. So we'll do that. There, ready? And I'm not sure if we have to be exactly on the mark for this for stopping. I know sometimes it can be a little bit finicky when you have to stop it like it to the yard. But we are on the marker, so I'm going to try and wing this. Not go any further than we need to. Typical. It hasn't. It's not letting me do that. Also, we're going to have to go another 131 yards. The bane of my life, that when you have to stop on the mark. Whilst that's different along up there, do that. Just waiting for the moment. Will have to be the second man that has to come down here and shift these points over. Another route that would be impossible to make would be the Bury line from Manchester Victoria to Bury interchange before it came Metrolink, as the train's not run anymore. Yeah, I know what you mean there. So yeah, I mean the route itself wouldn't be impossible to build, as obviously it still exists in the Metrolink, so you can still build it. And there's actually some decent cab ride reference of it out there. But yeah, the audio would be the issue for the train, with obviously not being here anymore. I think there's actually, I think East Lancs Railway actually have got one of the driving cars for one of them. Yeah. He's going all what? What's he doing? Oh, the brakes are slow, that's why. Go on, there we go. It's very particular. If you don't have the brakes off to a right point, it won't let you go. There we go. There's a DMBS and a DTS at Bury. I've never seen it, but I've seen the group that's there. I think they were advertising the group on one of the galas I went to a couple of years ago. Obviously for members, like memberships and that. Even as a Metrolink group, yeah, definitely. It's still a railway line with trams on it, so. So we'll drop these off, and then I think we'll just go to the head shunts. Yeah, just a head shunt. Which will be that, I believe. Must be that. Who remembers the extra link for MS? I've still got it on disc. It's in my box down here next to me. Great route, absolutely fantastic. I've got the Blackpool tramway one as well. They were great routes back in the day then. I'm going uphill here, I'm going to put a bit of power on. I've not played it for many years, like, but yeah, they were great fun then back in the day. I can actually stop. It's coming back from where the loco is. The cam brake on, should be safe. Right, so it is a head shunt. There, that's where we're going. Yeah, I played a lot of MSTS. Quite a lot. So again, anyone's interested, you might have noticed that it's popping up every so often on Nightbot. The link for the route on Steam, it's on sale at the minute for 40% off. And that sale runs to the October 13th. Who used to play was MSTS, Roller Coaster Tycoon, and Transport Tycoon Deluxe. I used to play Roller Coaster Tycoon a lot. The very first one. Oh, cracking game. Some fantastic games back in the day. Now, when MSTS was a thing, I mean, I was only young then. I was only just started at high school when MSTS came out, and I was in my element. Absolutely loved it. I begged for a decent enough PC so I could play, and I got one eventually. It took a lot of getting, just so I could play it. I loved it, absolutely loved it. That is us for this run when it decides to finish. I think I might have driven this before. I don't think I ever let it complete. I just like ended. That's why I don't have the medal for it. We'll have the medal for it this time. It was for me when the transition came from MSTS to TS, well, Railworks when it first came out. I always went back to MSTS because there was just nothing that kept me drawn into TS Classic. railworks at the time because there just wasn't enough there for it. It took me a long time to sort of transition through, a bit like how people like our trains in World, like from TS Classic, because obviously so invested in TS Classic, like people don't always come over straight away. Although I am seeing that I think that a lot more people are now sort of warming and going for TSW in the newer recent iterations of the game. It's come along quite a way from when it first started. There's loads of DLC for it as well now, so it's not like you can there's like 4 or 5 routes in it. You get bored easily. There's loads for you to actually do. I find that hard to believe that we only like did one amount of speeding. It's quite rare. I'm normally like I'm speeding here, there, and everywhere. Right, so that is that done. What did the time take? I'm going to do a little run on the pacer. Just not do a long one, I'm going to do a short one because time's obviously getting on and it is getting late. So we'll just do a little mooch with that. Yeah, it's frightening how long TSW's been out. It's a long time. Do a bit of orange. It is crazy. We'll do a Blackpool North. I think. Unless there's a pressed. What have we got on? Blackpool South to Ormskirk. 27-minute. Preston to Ormskirk. Blackpool South to Preston. Oh, it's split, that's why it's 2. We could do Blackpool South to Preston, I reckon, for tonight. Otherwise, we're going to sit in the same section again, aren't we? Right. Drives passenger service from Blackpool South to Preston. Obviously, it'll give us a little flavour ready for the TFW pace that's coming soon enough. Good evening, Jack. How are we doing? This is technically an Ormskirk service, but it's split, so we'll put Ormskirk up. I'm good, mate. I'm good. Thank you. I'll do that. The good old pace if we get the model. Yeah, that's it. You're going to get the modern version. So obviously there's differences in the cabs and obviously the equipment and that. Look forward to getting it out onto the streams and stuff and showing it. Obviously looking forward to getting it out there for you guys to actually play. Nah, it won't be too early. What they'll be doing is they'll be testing it for the day's work. You might just be lucky. We're going to be calling it Squires Gate, St Anne's on the Sea, Ansel and Fairhaven, Lytham, Moss Side, Kirkham, and Wesham and Preston. Oh, that's not bad, Keith. I'll go with cheeky glitch.
We'll shortly be arriving at Squires Gate.
Where is it? That's not this road, it's the other one, isn't it? Looking at the wrong one. What's that? JT staff having an outing on the roller coaster as usual. So this is the mastery tile that you can unlock, which is the work in progress building of the Pleasure Beach Station, which opened a year after the route set. Everyone loves a good roller coaster. Just like the Pacers one. Bouncy. Ooh, just about bang on. I mean, we record our own announcements for the trains anyway, so it's totally different in this era. Now, we took a lot of care and detail to make sure the streets and that had a life in them and with detail. The streets now, like cars parked up like that, pavements and bits and pieces. Passing Pontins. It's not Pontins anymore, it's now a housing estate these days, but it was Pontins. It was chalets.
The next station stop is St Anne's on the Sea.
Oh, there's tons of them these days. I mean, there's loads around here that are popping up house-wise. Before long, there'd be no gaps between little towns. Be one big place. This is the other signal box that you can explore. This is the with the shoes St Anne's one. That's where the old goods yard was. Along with the disused, well not disused yet, but falling to pieces and getting ready to be knocked down St Anne's station. Yeah, they spring up out of nowhere, don't they? Wow, I have no idea. I would like to see Great Eastern Main Line. It's an area that deserves to be represented properly. Hello, Greg. How are we doing, mate? Not far from living now. Ansdell first. Good to hear you well, mate.
The next stop is Hamilton Ferry.
I think one of the things that took the longest in doing these streets was getting all the pavements in. The pavements are a nightmare. Probably went a little bit extreme in the pavements, like place them a bit far away. Look good. Don't miss the station. So a bit like Solwick, this used to be full of tracks. There's 4 tracks through here. Maybe 5 actually at one point. There's 3 sets of portals, isn't there? But there's definitely a load of track here. If you look, you can actually find some old pictures of it. There's stuff out there. If you look on Flickr.
stop is Lytham.
Lytham. Full train there. Bouncing around everywhere. Never. Okay, I'll wait for you, Greg. Don't worry, mate. You've got 30 seconds from the moment I open these doors. I know, it's sad times, Jack. Yeah. Oh, sorry, Greg, we're off now. Door's locked. It's definitely something we want to do still, Sierra Oscar. As soon as we get the time that allows us to do that, it'll definitely hopefully happen. It's something that we've been wanting to do for ages. It's just the capacity at the moment is just so tight. We just haven't got that time. Probably makes more sense to wait, obviously, for like the 864 to come along, which is obviously coming along. Oh, Benedict wants to do that. We need more Benedicts. we need a couple of duplicates of him.
The next station stop is Seaside.
Exactly. Oh, the 47.3. Falls on unit. Hiya, John. John! John! Come out in a rash. Neoreps, good evening, welcome, and hello to yourself over in Cyprus. New to the train sim, loving this route, might pick up over the weekend. If you're playing on PC, it is on sale on Steam at the minute as well, 40% off, so get a nice little bargain there.
Oh, fantastic! Yeah. Excellent. The sale's on till the 13th of October, as well, so it's on for a bit yet. They just left it there. They never moved it. Just left it literally where it was. Yeah, there used to obviously be double track down there, so yeah, they just left the sign where it was. These days it's a different sign. It's a modern sign there. It's actually a different type of sign that was aboard there. Quite interesting that this crossing in this area had no barriers. These days it does. But, yeah. It's quite a fast road as well. Oh, it's going to be exciting. Exciting indeed. I want to talk to you all about it, but I'm not allowed properly. I can only talk about stuff that's obviously known. So many things to talk about. Like, wait for those in-depth blogs and roadmaps and all that jazz. Technically, yeah, I think there was a plunger at that crossing as well, but I think, or was it? I'm trying to remember. I remember I was looking into the plunger. These days, it's a plunger. When they leave the station, going into the station, they're already set. But I'm not sure when we were looking at it. I'm not sure if the plunger wasn't actually there in our area. I think it came just after. Yeah, nowadays it's a plunger for departing going back towards Kirk, and it comes down on its own when the train goes in. Yeah, I seem to recall that we were looking into it, and it turned out not to be the case in this era. Yeah, that's it, Jack. Gridfish has noticed a couple of jerry bits. What do you mean jerry bits? Does this really need a lot of power? No more than any other route as far as I'm aware in TSW. On the older console, on the original like Gen 8 console, it does suffer a bit. But on like your newer consoles and PC, it's generally fine. Back to Kirkham. Obviously we were up there before, went that way with the tank train. Yeah, it was the first for suspension, yeah. And then the 47 and the 08 came later on, I believe. They came later in the month then. Hello again. No, it's done. No, understandable, mate. We know what it's like with trains and signal. Hope you're well. Again. Pretty cheap brakes. Well, through the windscreen then, Christ. Might have come in a little bit hot there. Oh, does it really, man? Alright. There's a few places that do have them. Rural lines and that. Yeah, that's correct there, yeah. So these are spring. We're waiting for anything to come over or not. Don't think so. On to our final station for the evening. It's Preston. That's where we began. Seven miles to Preston. I think that's that rail tour we saw when we were doing the tank train earlier. So obviously we were at Polton, That's the special with the 101s going to Lockerbie. So we're not that far later in the day with this service.
Shortly be arriving at Preston, where this service ends.
Technically, it doesn't end. It splits. It sits here for a while. This does. I'm sure it sits there for about 30 minutes. It continues. There's one of the solid ones that stops at the station. If anyone wants to actually stop at this station, it's a service to Blackpool North, and it gets here at 8:28-ish. So probably leave Preston about 8 minutes ago, something like that. It's service. Oh, I can tell you what service it is. Hang on. 2P54. There's only a very small handful of services, so it's quite hard to find the ones that do stop there. Any other questions that you want to know or anything you want to ask? Obviously we've got that 2.5 miles to get to just already tying things up and finishing. So any last bits you want to know or ask, let me know. Don't forget we'll be here again in 2 weeks' time for the Met Line on TSC. Same time, same place. No, they haven't actually. Not really. It's still 75 down this part. I think it's literally pretty much the same bar. A few bits coming out of Blackpool a little bit faster. I think it's 35 coming out of Blackpool now. Remember correctly. Or it might just be after the station. But no, Polton's changed slightly. It's a little bit faster through Polton, and I think Kirkham Station's a little bit quicker. But other than that, on the route in the actual game, yeah, there's a little bit of freight. Yeah, there's oil train which we actually did in the stream earlier to Bernays, and then there's also a
tip train working to in what's it called? Blackpool Tip. Remember what it's called? Blackpool Tip, which is near Kirkham. There's a few bits, yeah. There's some rail tour bits as well, and there's loads of like special services and like illumination working, summer specials and stuff. The timetable's basically the summer Saturday. It's nice and busy. I agree, Tintin. Everyone should. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, Spirit Steam for the tip working. Tip side is working because of the wagons it uses. Uses the mineral wagons and the brake van. Quite a long working actually on the timetable. A lot of back and forth, a lot of run rounds and stuff. Keeps you busy for a bit. It's a good AI as well when you're driving that one. Again, this route is on sale up until the 13th of October, 40% off at the moment. It's $17.99 if I remember correctly, top of my head. The link is popping up, it's just popped up recently in the chat. Double check.
The next station stop is Preston, where this service ends.
Yeah, it's $17.99. I've overdone it. Yeah, well, a little bit further. A little bit too far. Yeah, they're class 7 workings, aren't they, I think? What's it, an 8? Class 8, I can't remember. Well, thank you for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed. We've just hit the 2-hour mark there, so it's been a nice couple of hours. We'll be back again in a couple of weeks' time. So do pop along again if you want to come see the Metropolitan line for Chess Classic. Oh yeah, there's a bit of missing wire there. Well spotted. I wonder if that's in the other route. I'll have to double check that. I've just taken a screenshot of that now. I'm trying to get a screenshot so you can actually see it. No, I've got a screenshot. Well spotted. I'll have to make a note in the book of that. So obviously when we come to do anything on the route, I'll make sure it gets fixed. Oh, that got missed. 2 speedings. Not bad. Thank you very much for watching again, guys. And again, we'll see you in a couple of weeks' time on here. Have a good one. Enjoy. If you do pick up the route in the meantime, thank you very much for doing so. We appreciate it massively. See you soon. Thank you. Bye for now. Good night.